Marcus walks into the dealership looking for a reliable car. The first number he hears is not the price of the car, the interest rate, or the total he will pay. It is the easiest number to sell, $650 a month. That number can sound normal because it is small enough to imagine fitting into a paycheck. But a car is not one bill. The payment is just the cover charge. The real cost begins after the signature. If Marcus says the payment feels high, the deal does not necessarily get cheaper. The loan gets stretched. 48 months becomes 60, 72, or even 84. The pain moves into the future. That is the trick. A longer loan can lower the monthly payment while raising the total cost. You feel relief today, then spend years paying for that relief. Before he gets emotional, Marcus opens the calculator. $650 may fit on paper, but fitting on paper is not the same as being safe in real life. The car leaves the lot and immediately starts asking for more money. Gas does not wait for a good month. It shows up every week, whether Marcus is ready or not. Then come the bills nobody pictured in the showroom. Tires, brakes, oil changes, registration, parking, a check engine light at the worst possible time. This is where a comfortable payment becomes pressure. When the real ownership costs are stacked together, that $650 payment can turn into $1,100 a month, sometimes more. And that is before life has its own emergencies. Every payday, Marcus feels like money came in. Then the lender gets paid. The insurer gets paid. The gas station gets paid. The mechanic gets paid. Marcus gets whatever is left. That is why a car payment feels heavier than the number on the worksheet. It does not just remove dollars. It removes choices. It removes the ability to breathe when something goes wrong. After a few months, the bank balance starts to feel fake. The paycheck lands, but Marcus already knows where most of it is going. He is working hard and still feeling behind. One expensive month does not feel dramatic. That is the trap. It repeats until the expensive month becomes normal, and normal starts feeling impossible to escape. $1,100 a month is $13,200 a year. Over 5 years, that is $66,000 tied to one car decision. That is not just transportation. That is a financial lane change. At the same time, the car is not patiently holding its value for Marcus. It can depreciate while the loan balance falls slowly. That is how people end up owing more than the car is worth. Now picture two versions of Marcus. One version buys the car that barely fits and spends the next 5 years protecting the payment. The other buys reliable, keeps cash, and protects his options. The same money could build an emergency fund, pay off debt, create investing room, fund a move, buy business equipment, or simply give Marcus the confidence to say no to a bad job. The dealership is not evil for selling cars, but the process is built around emotion. The smell of the interior, the test drive, the upgrade, the feeling that this version of you deserves it today. There is nothing wrong with wanting a nice car. The real question is whether the car is a tool or a trophy. A tool moves your life forward. A trophy can make you work backwards to keep up the image. The safest buyer asks for the out-the-door price first, not the monthly payment, not the best offer. The out-the-door price, the loan term, the APR, and every fee in writing. A strong rule is to keep the total transportation cost around 10% of take-home pay. Not just a loan, total cost, payment, insurance, gas, maintenance, and expected repairs. Before Marcus signs, he should quote the insurance. Not after, before. Sometimes the insurance bill is the number that turns an affordable car into a budget problem. The boring test is simple. Out-the-door price, term and APR, insurance quote, repair costs, gas and tires. Then compare the full monthly total to take-home pay. If it only works when life is perfect, it does not work. This does not mean every cheap car is a smart car. A neglected used car can become its own money leak. The point is to buy reliable transportation at a pressure level your life can actually carry. A lower monthly payment can still be expensive if the term is long, the APR is high, or the car needs constant repairs. The target is not the smallest payment. The target is the lowest total pressure. When the car payment is heavy, Marcus starts making different decisions. He avoids risks. He delays moving. He takes overtime he does not want. He stays in situations longer because the payment needs protection. A cash buffer is not boring. It is power. It is the ability to handle a repair, leave a bad job, help family, or take a chance without the car deciding for you. If Marcus already bought too much car, The answer is not shame. Shame makes people freeze. A plan gets movement back. First, calculate the true monthly cost. Second, compare the car value to the loan payoff. Third, stop adding new debt around the problem. Fourth, build cash so the next move is not desperate. The dangerous move is panic trading into another bad loan that can roll old debt into a new car and make the problem bigger. The exit has to be clean, not emotional. If the payoff is higher than the car value, that gap is negative equity. If it gets rolled into the next loan, Marcus is not starting over. He is carrying the old mistake into a new payment. The strongest buyer is not the person with the perfect script. It is the person who can walk away. Cash, patience, and a realistic budget change the entire conversation. A car is supposed to get you to work, not force you to work for it. If the full cost steals your margin, the car is too expensive even if the monthly payment gets approved. The goal is not to impress strangers at a red light. The goal is to keep your paycheck, your options, your sleep, and your next move. Before signing, ask one question. Will this car serve my life? Or, am I about to serve the car? That one question can save years of pressure.